Hello students.
Hello sir.
Welcome to the Edunguru classes for reasoning. So in this class we will discuss a very important topic of reasoning, which is blood relations. Now this is a very important topic because it creates a major confusion in a student's mind. Okay. So let's start with this one. Let me give you a very simple question first, right? So if I say Ramesh is brother of Reena, then how is Reena related to Ramesh? Faraz, can you answer this?
Sister.
Okay, so this is a very basic error which a student can make in this one. Okay, the problem is if I say Ramesh is brother of Reena, so you are saying that Reena is sister of Ramesh. What you have done is you assumed that Reena is a female, okay, but it is not mentioned anywhere. So Reena can be brother of Ramesh also. So the first point to be noted here is you cannot decide the gender based on the name. Okay, so Reena is a female name generally, but you cannot say so. Okay, Reena can be a male also. Okay, Falguni can be a male also. Okay, so never decide gender based on names unless until it is mentioned. All right?
Yes sir.
The second point is some relations can be very confusing. For example, so if I say A is brother-in-law of B, right? So the problem here is brother-in-law, there can be many persons, right? For example, it can be sister's husband, that is also a brother-in-law. It can be wife's brother, okay, husband brother, etc. So we don't know where to start with. So brother-in-law can be anything, right, which depends on gender also, gender of A and B. So idea is you should not start with these type of statements, right? Start with other statement and that may give you a hint based on this one, right? All right. So there can be two types of blood relations. Let's discuss first type, okay? In this type, the normal questions are like, write down this question. Pointing to a photograph, couple said he is son of father of my wife. So how is Kapil related to the man in the photograph? Okay. Now it's easier to convert the long statement into smaller parts. Okay. For example, father of my wife. Okay, you already know father of your wife, right? Your father-in-law basically. So now son of father of my wife means son of your father-in-law. So who is son of your father-in-law? Your brother-in-law, right? So simply we can say that Kapil is brother-in-law of the man in the photograph. Okay, the answer is brother-in-law. Sometimes you may have longer statements. So if you club the smaller parts, it will be easier to identify what is the relations. All right. Okay. Let's take one more example. Second example is a woman pointing to a man said, he is widower of my uncle's brother's daughter. Widower of my uncle's brother daughter. So again club this part, my uncle's brother's daughter. Okay. So uncle's brother's daughter is uncle's daughter basically, and he is widower of my uncle's daughter. So uncle's daughter widower means my brother-in-law again. Clear? Uncle's daughter means my cousin and he is widower of my cousin. That means he was brother-in-law again. So answer will be same, brother-in-law. So let us take one more example. In this example, Nitish said to Neha, that your brother's only son, your brother's only son, who's Neha's, is my wife's brother, is my wife's brother. So, your brother's only son means Neha's nephew, right. So, you can club this part and you can say that it is Neha's nephew. So, Neha's nephew is my wife's brother. So, the question is, how is Neha related to wife of Nitish, right. So, we have already find out that this part is Neha's nephew. So, we can club this part, we can say that Neha's nephew is my wife's brother. Okay. Now, the relation is to define from point of view of wife, right. So, that means Neha's nephew is my wife's brother. Okay. So, that means my wife is niece of Neha, right. My wife is niece of Neha. It means Neha is aunt of my wife, which is the question asking, right. So, the final answer is aunt. Okay. So, this is type 1 of blood relations. Now, let us come to type 2 of the same. Okay. In this type, you will be given some names or alphabets and you will be given relation between them. For example, A is brother of B, B is wife of C, and so on and so forth, right. So, it is always better to make a family tree based on these statements. Now, whenever you make a family tree, always remember some points. Same generation always come in the same line, upper generation upper to that, lower generation lower to that. Okay. For example, if you need to point out A is brother of B. So, if I say A is brother of B, so you should not write like this, that A arrow B and on top of arrow you write brother or short form of brother, right. So, because it takes a lots of time, right, because when there are many relations are given, so you will consume many time according to this, right. So, always make some notations based on this. For example, what you can make is different notation for male and female, like I can say circle is for female, square is for male. Okay. Single arrow can represent siblings, double arrow can represent spouse. Okay. Now, when we say A is brother of B, I can simply write down A single arrow B, and because A is brother, that means A is male. So, I can put a square around A. This simply means A is brother of B. Now, gender of B is not known. So, I cannot say B is brother or sister of B. Okay. Similarly, extended to this, suppose I say B is wife of C. So, what I can do is now wife means spouse, so double arrow C, right. Now, if B is wife of C, that means B is definitely a female, so put a circle around that, and C is definitely a male, so put a square around that. Okay. Further to that, if I say X is son of B, so X is son of B means down arrow X, and because he is son, so he is a male, that means put a square around that. Similarly, extended to that, if I say Y is sister of X, so single arrow between X and Y, sister means female, put a circle. This is how we can make a family tree. Further, suppose if the first statement is A is uncle of B, A is uncle of B, you should not write like this, that A on the upper line, B on the lower line, and tilted arrow. Okay, tilted arrow means nothing. Okay, this is a wrong representation. So when we say A is uncle of B, so always take father or mother into the picture. So A is brother of my father or mother. So A will come in the upper line and B will come in the lower line, and this can be either father or mother. So if it is written that it's my father's brother or my wife's brother, right? So that you can decide what is the gender of this person, right? Otherwise it is not given. Okay. So let us take one more example. In this example, it is given that X and Y are brothers. So X and Y are brothers. So brothers means single arrow, and both are brothers, that means both are males. So we can put a square around that. R is father of Y. So up arrow, father means again male. T is the only sister of S, who is maternal uncle of X. So S is maternal uncle of X. Maternal uncle means mother's brother. So that means there is someone who is R's wife and her brother is S. Now the point to be noted is the only sister. So only sister means T is nothing but R's wife, right? So T and R are spouses. Now what is the relation you need to find? How is T related to R? That is the question asking. So T is wife of R. So the answer will be wife. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's take one more example. In next example, it is given that X is the husband of Y. So X is husband of Y means X is male, husband means double arrow, and Y is a female. To put a circle around that. W is daughter of X. So that means down arrow. So W is daughter of X. Z is husband of W, again double arrow, and Z is a male. N is the daughter of Z. N is daughter of Z. What is the relation between N to Y? N's mother is W and her mother is Y, right? So basically N is granddaughter of Y, which is your final answer. Now let us take one more example based on this. If A is sister of B, A is sister of B, B is married to D. At this point of time, we do not know the gender of B and D. Okay? B and D have a daughter G. How is G related to A? So even if we do not know the gender of B and D, we can identify how is G related to A. So G is niece of A, right? The answer is niece. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now third type can be a mixture of coding and blood relations. For example, if A $B means A is father of B, A#B means A is sister of B, A asterisk B means A is daughter of B. And A at the rate B means A is brother of B. Then which of the following indicates that M is wife of Q? And the options are Q $R at the rate T hash M. So, try to solve this. Q $R means Q is father of R. So, Q is father of R. R at the rate T, at the rate means brother. So, R is brother of T. T hash M, hash means sister. So, T is sister of M. So, is it okay that M is wife of Q? Not at all. Okay. So, first option is wrong. Option B, Q $R asterisk T hash M. Q $R means Q is father of R. So, Q is father of R. R asterisk T means daughter, asterisk means daughter. So, R is daughter of T, R is daughter of T. It means Q and T are husband wife. T hash M, hash means sister. So, T is sister of M. So, again can I say that M is wife of Q? No, in this case M is, the gender of M is obviously not known, and moreover he is or she is not wife, right. Now, let us see the third part. Third example is, third option is Q $R hash T at the rate M. Again Q $R means Q is father of R. R hash T means R is sister of T, and T at the rate M, at the rate means brother. So, T is brother of M. Again we cannot say that M and Q are husband wife, right. Option D, Q $R at the rate T asterisk M. So, again we can say Q is father of R. R at the rate T, at the rate means brother. So, R is brother of T, and T asterisk M, asterisk means daughter. So, T is daughter of M. Okay. Now, T is daughter of M as well as T is daughter of Q, and Q is a male. So, definitely Q and M are husband wife, and M has to be a female, that means M is wife of Q. And which is the question asking? Which of the following indicates M is wife of Q? So, in option D you can see that M is wife of Q, that means this is my correct answer. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. So, that is it about today. So, we discussed different type of blood relations today. Okay. While making family tree, always make notations so that you can form a family tree in a shortest time. Alright. Thank you very much. Question number 1. Pointing to a woman, Aman said, "She is the daughter of my paternal grandfather's only son. How is that woman related to Aman?" Option A, sister. Option B, mother. Option C, daughter. Option D, aunt. Question number 2, A is the son of C, C and Q are sisters, Z is the mother of Q and P is the son of Z. Which of the following statement is true? Option A, P is father of A. Option B, P is brother of C. Option C, A is son of Z. Option D, Q is sister of A. Question number 3, if M percentage N means M is the son of N, M at the rate N means M is the sister of N, M dollar N means M is the father of N, which of the following shows the relation that S is the father of Q? Option A, S at the rate V at the rate Q. Option B, Q dollar V percentage S. Option C, V at the rate S dollar Q. Option D, S percentage Q at the rate V.